Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Planetbase Season 2 here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host, Max. Well, another episode should equal another expansion, so hopefully we will be able to see that. Now, one thing which I have decided to do is, despite the fact that it might be connected to a variety of structures, is to go ahead and build another laboratory. Now, I was thinking if I could somehow squeeze it potentially here, I might be able to then fit another structure here so that we have a connection going between these domes. Or theoretically, I can actually put the laboratory over here so that this small rock has been built around so that we have this basically nicely surrounded. Now, one thing which I actually did out of the footage of the episode or the end of the last episode was that I have added this tiny oxygen generator over here and therefore created additional walkthrough for the colonists in order to move from this biodome. The reason behind this decision was the lack of oxygen which happened here, especially during the night time when a lot of people tend to occupy this place specifically. So this was a strategic choice to make sure that I'm gonna not suffocate the colonists, because we are also close by to a bar, to a processing plant. The storage does not take up that much space, let's be honest about this. But the fact that some of these crops apparently have the effect of utilizing oxygen throughout the night, it was actually the better choice to have this. And also by adding this structure in here, which I was totally surprised with, I have this additional walkthrough and a direct connection from the biodome to the cantina, so the meal makers can be much more easily supplied. Now, we're gonna have to think of how in the heck do I wanna expand the colony in here, because I think I should be able to squeeze in at least 2 domes. So I'm not really sure what would be the most accurate thing, but one thing which I'm starting to run into or think about is the fact that if I am producing sufficient amount of wheat, you see, the biggest problem into which I am running is the fact that we have currently 47 vitro meat. Now, 1 piece of meat and 1 piece of wheat equals 2 burgers. This is great. However, we are also combining the wheat with the mushrooms, which causes a certain unbalance, as if they take, for example, 2 pieces of wheat and, for example, you see vegetables and mushrooms, so I'm kind of afraid that this will be turned into 2 basic meals or 1 basic meal. So this creates an imbalance in the supply chain. So instead of like these 2 being cooked into 2 pastas, we are getting instead the basic meals, which is definitely killing us. Or is it now only 1 meal that it's being cooked out of? Is it just 1? Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that we might be forced to build another biodome in order to create a bigger supply of wheat. This might be also beneficial for our bioplastic production. I am somehow surpassing the previous season quite a lot. The spare parts are great because we do require a steady supply of them in order to keep this colony up and running. The biggest problem into which I keep running is that after each blizzard, the condition or the status of the windmills or the solar panels goes down. So it takes like 2 blizzards and the windmill or the wind turbine or like the solar panels are like at 1/3 of the efficiency there should be due to the damage they have sustained. So we're gonna have to somehow manage this. Now, unfortunately, here we have already reached the invisible wall, so unfortunately I will not be able to occupy this small canyon between these two mountains here, which totally sucks because it's perfect for additional large structures. I'm not even sure if going this way will be permitted. So yeah, this is technically the invisible wall through which we cannot expand, so we kind of have to think of like this line back over there to the colony to be the maximum that we can work with or rely upon. I'd actually kill for 2 more robots, but you have some freaking high commission there. But you have 60 slots available. Now I would hate to sell the metal or the bioplastic, so we're gonna try to get rid of the stuff that I usually trade with in order to see if we can theoretically get what we require here. Okay, if we were to do this and instead, okay, we're gonna hold on to the storage and instead we're gonna sell off. Aha! Okay, so 20 pieces of ore, 24 starch, 16 medical plants for 2 robots. I'll take that any day. We are currently sitting on 16 carrier robots, only 2 construction robots, and 12 driller robots. So the maintenance can suffer and the engineers might be required in order to do the fixing or construction, which I would rather they not do, and they would rather like monitor the telescopes and tell me when the freaking blizzard is gonna show up. Fortunately, we do not have the damn meteorites in here, so yay, at least that is something which I'm really enjoying about this map in comparison to the first season, where we had multiple occupants killed by meteorites, despite the fact that the lasers have been like placed inches away from the structure, and it was properly manned. I should slow down the talking because I'm doing way too much like horrible English. So basically, I did not enjoy that. Currently, we are doing better with the welfare. I believe this is related to the fact that we are so able to utilize the wheat and the mushrooms with the combination of the fake meat to be turned into pastas and burgers. In the previous season, I was experimenting with having potatoes, onions, lettuce, and God knows what else we can grow here. And basically, this has caused just a lot of confusion amongst the colonists as they were loading in the meal makers with anything they can get their hands on, which led to malnutrition, starvation, and other causes which just basically ruined the whole damn experience for me. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to surpass my achievements in the first season, and hopefully this one will be a much smoother run. Now you do have a lot of free space, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to trade off a lot of ingredients in order to earn some form of coins here. Because if we're gonna get some trader who's gonna have something that I will want to get my hands on, but we will lack the sufficient amount of supplies, might be able to offset the balance. Now, the biggest problem which I keep running into in this game is the fact that classes such as engineers and medics tend to do the stuff which they are not supposed to. So for example, if we have one of the labs which has like 7 workbenches, hold on, it's all the way over here. I just have to move in slowlier because otherwise the visuals are just horrible. So as you can see, that was engineer who brought in the medicinal plants, right? So what's the problem with that? Well, the engineer should be actually doing something more useful, right? And here I'm actually thinking if this laboratory will be connected to whatever will be built over here. We definitely can squeeze in another structure. Damn it. Theoretically, we might try to build in 2 smaller ones. But the thing is, if I would leave this as this is, we can cram in a stupid amount of the tissue synthesizers, and therefore we're gonna have access to even more synthetic meat, and we're gonna be able to offset the current imbalance in our food production. Which means we are gonna be... Yeah, so Blizzard has been detected. We're gonna be able to cram in 10 pieces of tissue synthesizers, right? Which means that I really need to, like, increase my biologist population. We're gonna go with 2 chickens, 2 pieces of pork. Let's go with 3 chickens here. And you know what? We're gonna actually raise the alarm now. Because I'm kind of sure that soon the damn thing will show up. You really don't have anything I do require, so we're gonna dismiss you. So hold on, we have 1, 2, 3 chickens, 2 porks. Let's go with 3 porks. Let's go with some beef too. And let's go with 1 more chicken just for the heck of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are chickens. We have then 3 porks and 3 beefs being cultivated in the lab. So the blizzard has finally reached the colony. Energy-wise, thanks to having all those additional wind turbines and some of those larger power collectors, we are currently surpassing our energy consumption by like, well, we are surpassing or producing more energy than we are consuming, is what I'm trying to say here. Oh man, this is killing me. Would it be too idiotic to try and squeeze in like 2 of these? Well, I don't see really the point, so probably just building this over here. Alright, that's the same size. Ah, okay. So it can be squeezed in like this. Now, I really wonder if I should be connecting these two. I don't really see the point. If I would just build another structure over there, and instead I would decide to like connect, I don't know, if we would go with another processing plant in here, right? I can connect the oxygen generator and the biodome through here, or theoretically we can build like another cantina somewhere around these parts. But this biodome will definitely have to supply our colony with a whole lot of wheat, which means we really need to increase our population of biologists. I'm already, I think, surpassing the number of engineers I had in the first colony, and in the first season I peaked at 200 colonists. Once I peaked at that number, it started to go so freaking fast downhill, it was not amusing to me. So I think we ended somewhere around like 121 or something, because then even ships with more colonists stopped or refused to show up, and just the whole experience was kind of killed for me. So hopefully we're gonna get some added support here. Hold on. I was just afraid that these guys are purple color and they're gonna try to shoot up the damn colony. Carrier robot. I always like to see more. So let's trade for him. Hopefully they will be doing majority of the supply chain, or walking and carrying the necessary goods. But like I said, due to the fact that even here we have 2 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces of wheat, which needs to supply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of mushrooms, but also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, yeah, well, basically it's a whole lot of synthetic meat, so yeah. Hopefully this will be constructed fairly quickly. I mean, the construction robot is on site. I see another colonist ship. I'm just terrified to see a bunch of weirdos trying to shoot up the place, so I do apologize for the rubbish visuals, especially if I try to move a bit faster around this place. But now what we have done is basically created a hub for, you know what I'm thinking would be a great structure to build here? This. Yep, a storage unit. We don't possess any storage unit around these parts except of this one and except of this one. So having one built next to like 2 biodomes and a laboratory should mean that the groceries should be moved away from the biodomes, therefore they are not sitting there for no apparent good reason and slowly decaying. So hopefully this will actually work. And like I said, I'm gonna leave the laboratory as it is. I do see another ship with colonists arriving, and this one carries actually, you know what? We're gonna go for the massive structure here, and I'm gonna actually scratch the one which we have built over there, and instead I'm gonna try to build the bigger one. And I'm gonna also try to earn some credits back here so that I don't have to pay off this whole structure using what we currently possess. So let's try to offset this thing. So we are gonna go down back to 660. I really hate the fact that I don't see right now at what count it is, because we have, okay, so 32 pieces of veggies. Theoretically, you know, that's fine. Let's trade it off for the blueprint. If I would have actually we're gonna delete this so that we can build the larger one. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 9 versus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna definitely have to expand the wheat production in this biodome. I'm really hoping that the additional workforce which will be arriving to the colony will be able to help us out. And I also need to kind of take a look at our water consumption / production in order to not spike it too damn much. Wow, we are getting way too many colonists here at the same time. All of these are in the large ships. I'm just hoping none of these idiots are trying to shoot up the damn colony. That would really mess up my plans. Okay, we have 54 biologists, so we're gonna switch that to workers, because I'm really hoping that we're gonna be able to ramp up the production of metal and bioplastic, and therefore the semiconductors, spare parts, and weapons. Still need to supply 13 pieces of produce to the ship. But we're gonna stop, actually, you know what, after this shipment of people, that's 2 workers that have joined the colony. I'm gonna shut this down. We have 40 workers, we have 54 biologists, we have 19 engineers, we have 10 medics, and 15 guards. I wanna see how the colony settles into their new count of people. So obviously this place is being highly populated due to our main source of trade and colonists, which is great, don't get me wrong. What do we want to sell? You have super high. You know what? Let's not even bother. 65% of commission is. We have choices to trade with others, so let's try to utilize that. Pasta. Burger. As long as I don't see a freaking basic meal, I'm happy. So keep it coming, keep them happy and fed. Burgers and pasta. And I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. This is gonna be one freaking fat colony. Like, imagine Matt Damon and Martian, but instead of like rationing potatoes in order to survive, he got really fat on Mars because he was eating burgers and pasta. Okay, let's go for the massive storage silo. Or the massive storage dome. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna connect it to the lab. I just don't see the point in like reducing the count of the tissue synthesizers. Now, I'm gonna be monitoring closely the decay of the condition on the tissue synthesizers and also the condition on our crops. If our current count of biologists is capable of maintaining good quality and good health on these lovely crops, then we are doing something right. Now, I do see a stupid amount of bioplastic sitting here, and I also see a stupid amount of wheat and mushrooms decaying here, along with medicinal plants and starch, so hopefully you will be able to move it away. Or theoretically, we can try to put like a storage silo over here or storage dome here too. This way, at least they might be forced to start moving these items away unless they are being carried over to the cantina. But the fact is that this biodome is fairly too far away, and I actually see a lot of vitro meat and starch being stored in this storage unit here. So yeah, because we have a bit of a higher concentration of biodomes in this section and also in this section, I'm gonna need to keep a close eye out on this. And also, we have totally screwed ourselves because we are like exceeding the water that is being consumed. Luckily enough for me, I had the dumb idea to build at least 2 of these water tanks. One has been completely depleted, and once the second one is, we're gonna run into more issues. Oh, god darn it. I'm gonna have to squeeze in the big boy somewhere. Let's put a high priority on this. I really hate the fact that there is not like a bigger blueprint for water storage. But because these things don't have to undergo maintenance, if I squeeze them in, this should basically give us even bigger buffer from some further issues. Really hope they will be able to bring in those supplies as fast as I need. And wow, am I really not capable of building in here? This is actually a good choice to build these structures all the way down here because they don't need to be maintained in comparison to the windmills and the solar panels, which makes 0 sense to me. Also, these structures should be maintained because, like, why the heck not? But I'm not gonna complain about it. How is our water consumption slash anything else? So the metal is being carried away. I'm so glad that like a worker is trying to carry the metal pieces over there. That just fills my heart with joy. I'm gonna try to build in 2 more of these repair thingies. I'm not really sure if I want to be manufacturing robots in this robotics facility. This is more constructed in order to maintain the robots as they, for example, leave the mine here, or just do anything related to fixing these things. So like if they're caught outside during a blizzard. And once again, only one doctor is working on creating medical supplies, which, god darn it guys, come on. This is immediately receiving shipments of starch and fake meat. Kind of super happy that we have 4 meal makers here. And, well, as long as they are actually supplied with stuff like pasta and burgers. Can you imagine if Martian would actually play out like this? The fact that Matt Damon would not have to ration the potatoes and he would be eating pasta and burgers all this damn time. What the heck would the buns be made out of in order to last that long? You know, like... Or like the tomato sauce, it would have to be like super canned or super sterilized or super disgusting in order for him to be able to make the pasta. That is, if the sauce is required. If we are looking at like the creamy sauces utilizing cheese and stuff, that also has only a certain shelf life. And I'm probably freaking everyone out by me trying to make Matt Damon fat by thinking how different the movie would play out if Martian would have different diet. Okay, we're gonna we're gonna just speed up the footage for the speed. Okay, we are consuming 41. We're generating 50, so that is definitely not that great. Really wish it would be possible for me to like squeeze in a structure like this in between all of these. It would be such a proper utilization of any of this room still available to you. Like, can you imagine having a solar panel or just some of these structures which do not require maintenance squeezed in here? It would give you so much additional building space. Wow, this thing is getting filled in crazy stupid fast. I'm like not even joking. Look at this. We're at a 1/4 completely occupied with inventory already. So far I'm actually kind of surprised that the crops are doing really well, and that is due to how much maintenance do they require. If I would try to start replacing the mushrooms with tomatoes, this whole thing would fall apart and we would have massive casualties due to starvation. And I still cannot believe that you are using mushrooms in order to turn them into alcohol. I don't even want to know what happens to a mushroom if it would try to ferment. Okay, the security guards are look at this! Most of the security guards are doing their damn job. So how is it that whenever I go over to the factory, there's freaking nobody here? Look at this guy. He just walks right past the factory. There's like 4 engineers here. And all they care about is their food. Work on something! I don't know, give me semiconductors or something. I want to construct robots. Seriously, I really do wonder if it's at this point even necessary for me to bother constructing the robots, since we have access to the 2 starports. And whenever basically a ship like this arrives and I see a robot, I can just go ahead and I can just, you know, purchase them. Because we have the coins and we have the stupid amount of supplies which can be theoretically utilized in order to trade off for the goods that we do require. we're gonna fill in his inventory with this stuff. And I'm gonna get the blueprint for whatever the heck that structure is. I think that is like... Okay, so that's like the most biggest dome which we can construct. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna go for it. I mean, don't get me wrong, these ones are already plenty of supplies for me. And okay, so see, right now it's at 21%. But once they start to get in to take a nap, it's gonna go down. This is why the oxygen generator here was such a crucial addition to this whole thing. I mean, we have a cantina here, we have a biodome here, the processing plant is working here, everyone is happy. Especially me, because so far we have had one death due to asphyxiation because a lady was moving through like the colony through here. So I have no idea what the heck was she doing. It happened at the end or during the last episode. I think it was the last episode. Was it the last episode? You should go watch also the previous episode. Not the last episode, but the previous episode. This would make it, for now, the last episode for Planetbase Season 2 here on Your Professional Walkthroughs channel. And I should stop freaking out everyone by how weird I am. Yeah, it's just that I'm trying to record this footage at the end of Sunday so that I have something for rendering, so that I have something for the channel. And I do realize that there might be a difference in the time period between this being recorded and published on the channel, but this somehow creates a form of a safety net. And also, I do require a extreme amount of time in order to provide you with the content, because trying to render footage with 8 gigs of RAM is a freaking nightmare. No, like seriously. If I am rendering something on my laptop, if I do any other task, the rendering time extends tremendously. So if I would try to, for example, play World of Warships while I'm rendering the footage, instead of 1 hour 20 minutes, it would take me like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So yeah, basically it takes me some time to get things done, but I do enjoy publishing content for the channel, so definitely go check it out. I publish content on a weekly basis for all sorts of things, so you don't know what you might find there unless you go and take a look. Okay, so we need only a couple of bucks in order to pay off the rest of the cost for the 2 construction robots, and because we have the least amount of those, right? I mean, we have only 3, so the addition of 2 more will be great. Oh my god, I don't recall ever having such a great welfare. I do wonder if I'm gonna get another Steam achievement for playing this thing, but my god, this is looking so amazing. I mean, just from starting the colony and getting this far, I don't know if there is some magical YouTube sprinkled all over this playthrough, but whenever I tried to get this far previously, it just never happened. I don't know if there was some patch or something which managed to make this game dummy proof even for players like me, because I swear to god, previously when I tried to play this game, I was dying so often it was not even funny. Okay, we are reaching the 500 kilowatts mark in consumption of energy. I want to go check behind those mountains to see how is the storage being filled in. So some medicinal plants, some starch, some veggies. Okay, but basically keeping it in the storage extends the lifetime of this one box tremendously, because if it's just sitting here, that's such a shame. And I would kill for the carrier robots to just like group up here carry everything in here so that this is free, and basically it's not being collected all willy-nilly, because I kind of am terrified there might be a piece of veggie at the bottom which is in really poor condition, and they're just gonna take something from the top of the pile and put it into like the meal maker, which I would hate to see. Yeah, you guys are sitting on a stupid amount of bioplastic. Really wish there would be some other way for me to utilize it somehow. Besides, like, for example, getting the medicinal supplies or medical supplies. But apparently our doctors are too freaking lazy to show up for the lab and do their goddamn job. You know what, we're gonna actually switch the production to the construction robots for now, because we only now possess 5 of them. 17 carrier robots, we definitely need to improve those counts. Engineers is actually working on this, so I'm actually super happy. There are some manning the control panels for the telescopes, which is also amazing. Fingers crossed. So far, I'm actually enjoying playing through the Frozen Planet 100 times more than I was enjoying the Mars planet, if I can call it that. The Red Planet. That sounds horrible. I'm not even sure what I would call this. Would you call this like Pluto or something? I know they now don't call Pluto a planet, but still, I mean, this is a frozen planet, and I'm not really sure if there is other planet in our solar system which would like have any sort of resemblance to this. We are getting those 2 construction robots so that we are up to 7. And the food production is going up steadily, which is great to see. Maybe I should start trading with, for example, bioplastic, just for the heck of it, to see if all those bioplastic processors would be able to be filled in with what I do require. So we will require to drop off 46 pieces of bioplastic and 1 piece of starch. Now I want to go and do this test to see if all the surplus accumulated starch can be turned into additional bioplastic afterwards. Because, I mean, like, we are sitting on a big supply of this material right now. We're also sitting on a massive stockpile of metal, but I'm not touching the metal no matter what. I'm not willing to sell the metal, because especially like majority of all the external structures is built using the metal, and there's a freaking mosquito in my room while I'm trying to record, so if I sound a little weird, it's because my face is pointed away from the microphone, as I'm trying to look around for this bloodsucker who's trying to annoy me while I'm trying to record the footage for the episode or for the channel. So yeah, overall, really enjoying the Frostplanet. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it the Frostplanet probably. I'm gonna most likely in the later episodes do something dumb and call it another name or something, but I mean, what do you expect of me? These are, after all, not your professional Oculus channel. So yeah, a link is in the description, by the way, and I do publish content on a weekly basis, so go check it out. Okay. So it looks like the engineers are at least doing something here. Spare parts, we are sitting on a larger quantity of these, but you, my dear friend, possess... Oh yeah. I want to get at least 200 coins out of you, and we're gonna try to cram in as much junk as I can. So we're talking starch, synthetic meat, and the veggies. Okay, apparently 55 pieces of starch will do the damn job. Let's try to go with like 30. And let's try to reduce the stockpiles of the veggies too. You know what? You still have some space in the cargo. Let's see how much money can get out of you. Okay, I can live with this. So we are gonna be dumping a stupid amount of inventory into this trading ship. But luckily enough for us, we do have the manpower to do this. At least all those doctors who refuse... Yeah, it's at 19 now, because the bunks are so occupied. Because the doctors and the engineers refuse to do their goddamn tasks, so they much rather, for example, carry boxes across the damn colony. And I'm so glad I decided to go with like 4 freaking airlocks. This was such a smart choice. Like I said in one of the previous episodes, my original plan was to try and build the spaceports somewhere around here and like surround them with the airlocks, but just trying to manage all those security centers would be a total freaking nightmare. So I think actually building the colony this way is much more efficient. Also, I am planning on 0 north, 0 east. So if you want to try this exact map, you should be able to locate it if you have the game. It's definitely worthwhile. You're gonna have some challenge with it at the start, trying to get the details of how some of the things work. But honestly, I'm not sure. If I will be successful enough, I might try to do like tips video maybe for the Sand Planet or the Mars Planet, then like tips video for the Frostplanet, who knows. The next planet, however, after this, I'm not really sure if it's gonna be that easy for me to do a playthrough for. You see, it's not that I'm afraid of a challenge, it's the fact that we are dealing with solar flares, and because the planet does not have its atmosphere, the radiation from the sun is so deadly that basically, like when the visitors arrive to the colony and they are requesting the help or the medical assistance, compared to like a broken bone or other type of injury, if your colonist gets to like the sick bay and lays down on the bed, he is stable and he can stay there for a long time. If he is, however, irradiated and you did not manage to build a sick bay in time, and let's say you start off with having only one doctor, and that doctor is the person who got irradiated, if anyone else gets injured during the start of your colony, or multiple colonists get irradiated and your medic is the one who requires medical assistance, you can start off the whole game again. So far, not looking forward to the additional planet. So far, really enjoying trying to build something out of this colony. I'm gonna see how well will this type of structure sustain larger quantity of colonists. Obviously, we're gonna have to expand the number of the dorms which we currently have, because I don't think the number of bunks are equal to the number to the number of people who are currently in the colony itself. I really don't want the GM tomato right now, although it would be potentially an achievement if I get all the tech. I'm currently more interested in obtaining coins so that we can get more robots and try to get the production ramped up, if that would be even possible. Let's go drop this down. Yeah, I really hate the fact that you are like kind of blocking my view there. You know what? Let's go and do this. For 100 coins, it's not that much of a fair deal, but whatever. Okay, one building which we do not possess around these parts is actually the bar. So mostly what we have here are cantinas. And because we have 2 biodomes here, I was actually thinking that theoretically we should be able to do one thing. That one thing is to build a bar. This way we can connect it to these 2 structures. And if I'm lucky enough, we might build a door over here then. And also, or do we have a bar? No, this is a cantina. This is control center, factory, lab, another cantina. Yeah, so there is no bar in sight. We have only one right now, and I really want to push the welfare into the stratosphere on this run. Hopefully that will make the colonists all happy and not malnourished or other horrible conditions. So let's see if we can actually make this thing happen. Why are you refusing to be connected to the other structure suddenly is beyond me. Let's go like this. Haha! Okay. And this should allow me, theoretically, to build that dorm somewhere around here. Now, it's actually not the best practice to be connecting places like bars to dorms, because dorms tend to consume some stupid amount of oxygen. Also, we are close to a biodome and a cantina and another biodome. What are the oxygen levels like in these rooms? Just thinking, okay, so there is oxygen generator, there is oxygen generator, there's one too, and somewhere around here should be another one. Okay, so with oxygen generation, we should be a-okay. The airlock is here, so it's not that far for our robots or colonists to bring the supplies. We are sitting on a ever so expanding number of vitro meat and veggies, which makes me think we should be able to accommodate a larger quantity of colonists in here. And look at this, there are 2 construction robots and a third one has to freaking show up in order to build the third piece of connection. Someone shoot these robots. Actually, don't shoot these robots. I just got them. They were really freaking expensive. Hopefully, man, really wish we're gonna expand somehow the production. Yeah, I don't want to be building TVs because I'm thinking that from this side we're gonna build like another structure. Should we build in? You know what? Let's build another fountain here. Let's build one more here. So now we should be theoretically able to supply this structure. And I'm thinking... I need to check... Okay. I'm actually thinking another processing plant and... because of the processing plant... Aha! Okay, I'm gonna try to connect it to all of these structures. So once these 2 connections are done, we're gonna then connect it to the bar 2. So that we have drunk people handling heavy machinery and stuff like a metal press, which sounds perfectly like the place where if you would stuck your hand it would get probably crushed by the metal processing unit. Because, I mean, don't drink and work, or something. Don't drink and handle heavy machinery. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, what do we have in the trading vessel? I don't care. Just grab all this junk and go away. Now I do wonder one thing. That one thing is, if by increasing our population, if we will be able to more efficiently keep turning the food or the veggies and the vitro meat into more meals. Or do I need to build another cantina in order to ramp up the production of meals? Or should I consider also doing one thing, and that would be... This is annoying. Yeah, let's do this. Should I consider doing one thing? Instead of having 3 meal makers in each cantina, having there 4 of them. You know, because I mean, here we have 3. We have some basic meals, god darn it with you. And then I decided to try with some of these cantinas to build actually like 4 of these things in there. So this way, you basically more produce or more veggies can be carried over to said facility, and by doing so, we should theoretically increase the number of meals that should be able to be held within each of these cantinas. Yes, we are losing on some tables here. We are gonna have a blizzard come. Oh, come on. Are you trying to tell me that these now cannot be connected because these are now connected? Which one is better? Having these 2 connected or having these 2 connected? I think having it like this would be better. Yeah, I did not want to hit the yellow alert because I thought that the ship was not yet fully stocked. I kind of totally was thinking about how to handle this situation properly. We're gonna actually go heavily on the bioplastic processing here. Only 2 metal processors. Theoretically, not even that is necessary. Then just have the bioplastic processors in this section. I'm gonna actually take this thing apart once the alert is gone, and I'm gonna probably just try to connect these 2 structures. Or theoretically, this might be better for the oxygen levels inside of the dorm. Because this way, we have biodome and a cantina, which is connected to the bar, and then that is connected to the dorm. While this way, actually, I don't think that the processing plant tends to hold as many people as the cantina does. I mean, you see how many people are moving through this goddamn place, and it's being crammed full of food. Look at all these people who are unhappy and suddenly happy because they are drinking during the middle of the day. I feel like this game is giving the wrong message to the audience. Why would that only be the truth? Okay, let's try to squeeze this merchant out of everything he has. I'm not really sure if I want the semiconductors. But we're gonna try to trade him using only veggies. 38. I can live with that. Oh man, I really hope you're gonna be able to turn all that vegetable into booze. Can we now... Yeah, can you please fix the Oh! I think the carrier robot just fell apart, left behind all these parts. So I might actually leave it like that. I'm not... Because if I leave this structure like this, what I'm thinking might happen is actually that the consumption of oxygen in this triangle versus if we would like try to connect it like this, it would even more exceed the oxygen consumption here. I'm not really sure. It's just a hunch. Because I can build like an oxygen generator right over here so that it can be connected to the bar and the processing plant, and I think we are gonna have a lot of bioplastic here. And because of this whole thing, I really want to see more workers being brought in. So surprise me. Please don't bring in some armed idiots who are trying to shoot up the colony. So far, it's been a peaceful episode. Like I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but knock on the wood. So far, no idiots trying to shoot up this damn place. But I'm quite sure as soon as I turn on the colonists to be flowed in, it's gonna change. And here we are seeing some dramatic change also in our energy that is currently being consumed, so we need to watch out for that too. I'm gonna continue this spirit of trading by selling off whatever I deem unnecessary, which means mostly vegetables and starch, so that when we get a big ship with some robots, we'll be able to purchase them instead of hauling God knows how much stuff into the cargo hold of said ship. Yeah, I'm gonna actually go thinking how I wanna execute this, because eventually we're gonna run into the invisible wall here, you know? This is, I think, a good idea, maybe. What's our water consumption / production? 45 out of 51. How's the energy holding up? Yeah, we have surpassed 500 kilowatts. Our production or energy generation is bouncing up and down. We're gonna have to keep a close eye on this. We are at 140 colonists. And of course, we're gonna have to ruin my episode. I was so looking forward to like making a peaceful thumbnail episode or something, but no. As soon as I want more people, someone freaks out and starts to shoot up the damn place. Despite the fact that they are actually much happier than the previous colony. Yes, the welfare has gone down, but I believe that is related to the fact that we just had a shooting. I do wonder if we have lost a guard. No. Okay, great. Alcohol is brewing. Colony is buzzing. Ooh, big ship, big ship. Area robot to construction robots, 580. He has quite a lot of inventory available in the back of his ship or in his cargo hold, so I'm gonna try to pay off as much of this as I can using these types of resources. Why do I... You know what, let's go like this. We're gonna pay off the rest using our coins. Theoretically speaking, I can actually fetch like one of these two. Do I want to spend more coins than I should? I mean, why the heck not? That makes me think that maybe I should move some of the bioplastic processing units away from the entries to the colony and instead try to make more metal processors over there in those processing plants. It's actually not that much of a crazy idea if you think about it. Okay, and that's another massive ship, hopefully more colonists and not more shooters. Okay, so far so good. Looks like 2 more colonists have joined us. Yeah, 44 workers. Beautiful. And you know what? We're gonna get more doctors and more engineers now. Let's go 50-50. Let's see how we do this. If I can get to like 150, that should be actually manageable. What we need to, however, manage right now is the energy, which is jumping up and down. I know that I have created this form of a surplus production of energy, which is keeping us in the safe zone. But I cannot rely on that forever, because then I can just start rebuilding like crazy. And that might lead to a big problem later on as we suddenly drop super low with the energy consumption. And then we are gonna try to catch up. But trying to catch up is much harder than trying to mustard. And I cannot even say a joke here. I should really stop recording these types of videos past 11 p.m. It kind of sometimes show. But anyhow, I think we're gonna cut off the episode here. We were able to obtain some robots. We were able to build some domes. We were able to build some other structures and get in more people to join. Didn't we just get 244? I think we just got some engineers. I thought we had more colonists. But yeah, and anyhow, that'll be it for this episode. If you do like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel. I publish content on a weekly basis, so you will have always something interesting to watch. I do playthroughs, discussions, early in-game reviews, tips and tricks, and I'm planning on doing some other content for the channel too. But I'm gonna probably have to wait for that in order to have better quality of the video. The audio seems to be doing well. The new microphone is handling everything beautifully, so I'm actually super happy with it. But the limitations of my hardware are kind of not allowing me to grow the channel at the pace which I would like to see, or be able to like bring the content that I would want to bring. So this is why I'm saying that you should consider subscribing, as once that happens, I'm gonna somehow try to let everyone know about it. But yeah, like I said, that'll be most likely it for this episode. If you did like it, please give it a like. This way YouTube algorithm will push the episode onto more viewers, and therefore I can grow the channel. If you did not like it, please leave a dislike, but also try to let me know with some constructive comment. What did you not like, or what would you try to make a bit differently, so that I can try to keep improving my overall playstyle and my overall colony. If you have any tips on how to improve the welfare of the colony too, please let me know. I would be more than happy. I'm still learning this game despite having it since I don't know how many years do I have it, but I can honestly tell you that usually it doesn't go so well for me. So I'm actually super happy that I started my YouTube channel and decided to do Planetbase on it, because it's a lot of fun for me as well. And I hope that you will continue enjoying the episodes, as I will try to keep expanding the colony to its maximum potential, and hopefully we will be then able to try even the other planets. Who knows, maybe I will surprise even myself. So yeah, I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day. Hopefully I will see you at the next one. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you in the comments or at the next one. I should really stop recording episodes this late. Anyhow, that will be it for now. See you soon. I'm usually not this creepy or weird, and who am I kidding? I'm always this weird. Anyhow, goodbye.